take it we're doing intros.
Yeah. We are indeed.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm so sorry for being late. We were driving in from Burbank today. And is there a Padres game happening?
There is indeed.
All right. This such. So anyway, we tried to be here as on time as we could, and here we are. So anyway, apologize for that.
You did very well.
All right. So I'm Kelly, and let's see, I'm an actress, and I do many different things in the world of acting, from voiceovers to movies to television, a little bit of writing, although it's really hard to write. It's really difficult to write, but I dabble in it. And I was an actor in a film called Ashes to Ashes that a friend of mine wrote based on her father's, what happened at her father's funeral. And so speaking on that, comedy coming from a place of, it's so true. And it was very cathartic for her to have this produced and make something funny and happy from something that was really sad. And so it was fun to be a part of that. It was great to create art with friends. There's like nothing better than that. And so so that's me in a nutshell. You know, we had a cast. The chemistry within the cast was easy to play and to be in play and have moments of fun, because we did know each other, and all of us come from an improv background, and we're just so we had that kind of chemistry already going into it. And my character in particular, you know, Holly, our writer, director, creator, producer, it's her story. She would throw these little things, like, for example, we're going to a funeral on a boat. And she said, oh, last minute, like right before we started to shoot the scene, she said, I have these like shell necklaces if you want to like use these. She goes, because at my father's funeral, the woman who I was kind of imitating, she goes, she really was handing out like party favors at a funeral. And I was like, I'm using it. Yeah, we're gonna use it. So I didn't have like a formal approach to this character. It really was just allowing myself to just have fun and just, some people you meet just kind of don't have an awareness of others. That was my character. She just didn't really, this would be fun. And it doesn't matter where she's at. So I guess that, I don't know if that answers it poorly. But also times, a lot of time, and my best friend is here, and she can attest to this. Even though I'm a small person, I guess I'm a larger than life, really real person. And sometimes people think I'm like doing too much, and that's just me. So sometimes if I'm allowed the freedom to bring about those colors and character, it's some people appreciate it. Other people are like, it's too much. But I was at an audition one time, and someone was like, do it again, but just be yourself, throw it all away. And I'm like, that is not me. I don't throw anything away unless I'm falling asleep. So it's fun to be in a set that play is encouraged with other actors who are just there to play. Have fun. It was so much fun directing. I've directed theater before, and Selah encouraged me to direct film. And I had a really great time doing it. It is a comedy. I would go as far as to say it's a farce. We intended it to be laugh out loud, silly. We did not need it to be clever. This was not I get it. This was a here. And so that is not some people's cup of tea. And that's fine. But we had a blast making it. It was about a girl who is clearly about to give birth and goes to see a doctor to find out what's wrong. And I'm the doctor, and I'm like, you're pregnant. She's like, what? And then and you're like, and you're delivering in 20 minutes. And so like it goes from that to where you got to get a nursery, you got to get a PD monitor, push, boom. And then there's a surprise ending. So it's very silly. It's not intended to be real. But I did really like directing. I was in it for a minute, but I liked directing that much more than I tried to like directing my self-tapes, which is a majority of what actors have to do now, without a director to guide them. I much prefer directing others as opposed to trying to direct myself. I did find it, because what I realized directing was there's so many more visual elements that were important than just the performance. Because it wasn't theater. You know, theater, you're on the stage and there you go, and you set your lights and it's just happening live. But I wanted to create, 3D elements and that. So the performances took like back seats to other things. But fortunately, we had great actors. So that was a surprise for me as a director, is to realize that we just took the emphasis on the other things besides the performance. Because sometimes if you're a performer, you think it's all about what you're doing, and it really is like not.
What's the total runtime?
Well, it's 9 minutes. 9 minutes, just like you're pregnant for 9 months. So it was like that was intentional as well.
Really? I love movies.
Yeah, me too.